Hi everyone, this is Kruti Jai Pancholi, Assistant Professor in LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. This video is about Analog and Digital Communication System subject. In today's video, we will learn about the few steps of the mathematical expression of AM, modulation index, percentage of modulation, over-modulation and distortion. As we discussed about the modulation in the last video, the modulation is the process in which the two signals that can be used. The one signal that is the signal which is known as the modulating signal. This modulating signal means the information signal. So here my modulating signal. Modulating signal is a low frequency signal. So that again we discussed in the last lecture. This is what? It's a time axis. This is what? It's the voltage axis. This is the low frequency wave. Okay, how can you get the idea about whether it's a low frequency or high frequency? It is what? My one cycle duration, that is the T. Okay, and F is equal to what? 1 upon T. So if the T value is high, okay, if the T value that is high, then my frequency value, okay, then my frequency value that is less. So you can say that it's a low frequency wave. Similarly, the another signal that we need in a modulation, that is the high frequency wave. High frequency wave, the other name of the high frequency wave, it's a carrier wave. So carrier wave that do not have any information. So the carrier frequency, that is the high frequency which does not contain any information. So keep in mind about this, that is the low frequency signal, high frequency signal. One cycle duration, that is T, and this T value that is less, so F value is high. So it is about the high frequency wave, and this is known as the carrier signal. Carrier signal. So in the modulation, two signals that are required. Now the other thing, that is, okay, what I can say about the modulation, then you know that, okay, here is my voice that I want to pass it from here to somewhere else. So what I need? I need a microphone. I need a microphone. What that microphone will do? The microphone will convert my speech signal into the electrical signal. So this is the microphone. Now the speech signal, that's a low frequency signal. So it cannot reach to the destination. So what we need? We need a device which is known as the modulator. This modulator will convert the low frequency wave into the high frequency. Now we need to send it to the larger distance. So again, we can also amplify the signal also. So what I will do? I will put the amplifier, and the amplifier will again send the signal, and which can be transmitted by the transmitting antenna. So this transmitting antenna will transmit the signal, and that signal is received by the receiving antenna. So receiving antenna will receive the transmitted signal. Now the amplified signal, that's a modulated signal. So modulated signal, that consists of what? That consists modulated signal, that consists of the carrier signal and a modulating signal. So at the receiving end, what I need to do? I need to remove the carrier signal, and I need to recover the original information. So I need another device which is known as the demodulator, and that demodulator will remove the carrier signal, or it filter out the carrier signal, and which gives me the original signal. But that signal passes through the number of the medium, so that it can affected by the noise. So here again at the receiving end, I need an amplifier. This amplifier will again amplify my signal, and I can listen through using the loudspeaker at the another end. So this is the requirement of the modulation in case of the communication. So we started learning about the modulation. So in that, I said last time, it's what? It's the message signal. It's a low frequency signal. And this low frequency signal, that you can see that over here, this low frequency signal, okay, it is the carrier signal, and this is the modulated output. So about this diagram, so here you can see that my amplitude of the modulating signal is 0 over here. So there is no change in the carrier amplitude. As the modulating signal amplitude increases, the carrier amplitude increases. Again over here the maximum amplitude of the message signal. So here the maximum amplitude of the carrier signal, that is changing. So information signal, okay, according to the message signal, carrier signal amplitude, that is changing. The carrier signal frequency will remain constant. Here you can see that my plus Vc and the minus Vc amplitude. So due to that, you can see that over here you have the envelope in both the direction. So that is modulation, or it is also referred to as a full modulation. Okay, again I am repeating, modulating signal amplitude changes, according to that carrier signal amplitude changes. At this point, modulating signal amplitude is 0. Okay, so if the modulating signal amplitude is 0, there is no change in the carrier amplitude. Modulating signal amplitude increases, carrier amplitude increases. Modulating signal amplitude decreases, carrier amplitude decreases. So here the carrier wave, that is in both the having the both the amplitude plus Vc minus Vc, and that is why we can have the envelope in both the side of it. So it is what? So this is the envelope, okay, this imaginary line, okay, that you can see that it is similar to your this waveform, okay, the amplitude modulated signal output we get. So similarly over here again the modulating signal, okay, and this is what the AM wave that we can have. So this is the original signal amplitude, carrier amplitude, that is the Vc. Now in that you are superimposing the modulating signal amplitude. So there is an increment, okay, in the amplitude modulated wave, okay. So you can have, this is the Vc value, and over here Vc plus this value, okay, Vm sine omega mt, that we are getting over here. The red one you can see it's a carrier signal. It's an unmodulated carrier wave which does not contain any information. Again the last time we have seen this diagram, okay, it's a modulating signal envelope. So calculations again, we are taking the 1 by 1 value, instantaneous value, okay, mean the value at the particular instant, that is sine 2 pi fct. Vc is the peak amplitude of the carrier signal. Similarly, I am having the another value, that is the Vm, small vm, that's a instantaneous value of the modulating signal, equal to capital Vm, it's a peak amplitude of the modulating signal having the frequency Fm. Fm is the modulating frequency. Now the another thing, that is for the getting the proper modulation, okay, always the Vm value, that is the amplitude of the modulating signal, that is the less than the amplitude of the carrier signal. So we are again finding the instantaneous value of the either the top or the bottom value, okay, that is the of the V1. So what is the V1 value? V1 value is the Vc value. As I said that the carrier amplitude is there constant, plus the on that the envelope the Vm value is added. So it is the Vs plus Vm sine omega mt, okay, omega is equal to 2 pi f. So that is why the amplitude modulated wave, okay, amplitude modulated wave V2 is equal to V1 sine 2 pi fct. But what is a V1? V1 mean the amplitude for the AM envelope, okay. So V1 value is what? It is the Vc plus Vm sine 2 pi fmt, okay. Now over here the V2, this is the VAM, okay. So this shows that there is a change in the amplitude. But you know that while we want to send the signal at the larger distance, we need to convert the low frequency to high frequency. So here you can see that sine 2 pi fct, it's a high frequency signal which is multiplied with this. So here I can have the answer Vc sine 2 pi fct. It's my carrier signal, plus it's an envelope Vm sine 2 pi fmt into sine 2 pi fct. So these are the summary of all the equations that we can have, okay. That is Vc equal to this, Vm equal to Vm sine 2 pi fmt, Vm less than Vc, V1 is equal to Vc plus Vm. Put the value of the Vm over here, okay. So it is the Vc plus Vm sine 2 pi fmt. V2 is equal to V1 sine 2 pi fct. So putting the V2 is equal to V1 sine 2 pi fct. So now VAM is equal to V2 equal to Vc sine 2 pi fct plus Vm sine 2 pi fmt into sine fct. So again we know that VAM equal to this. Now what I will do, I will take this sine 2 pi fct common. So it is Vc, this will common, plus Vm sine 2 pi Fmt sine 2 pi Fct. I'll take the Vc outside, so it is 1 plus Vm upon Vc sine 2 pi Fmt into sine 2 pi Fct. So omega is equal to 2 pi f, so I can rewrite this equation by putting the omega equal to 2 pi f. So it's a omega m, omega c. Now what is this? This Vm upon Vc, it is known as the modulation index. Modulation index will gives you the idea about the amount of the modulation that has been done in the communication. It also gives you the idea about the modulation factor, or it can also gives you the idea about the degree of modulation. So this is the Vm upon Vc. So I will put instead of this Vm by Vc small m, and this small m is the modulation index. So it is again rewriting this equation, it is equal to Vc 1 plus small m sine omega mt sine omega ct. So it's a m is equal to Vm upon Vc. So now the modulation index, in that if the modulation index, okay, in that the condition for the Vm and the Vc that we have studied, okay, Vm should be less than Vc. Okay, so if the Vm that less than the Vc, then there is no distortion in case of the output. So the relation between the modulating signal, okay, and the carrier signal, that is very, very important. So this relationship between the amplitude of the modulating signal and the carrier of the modulating signal, that is the small m. The example based on this, okay, that can be asked in the examination. So it is the modulating factor or the modulation coefficient, degree of modulation, or the modulation index. So from the modulation index we can do the 3 comment, and it can be also asked in the examination that draw and explain the waveform regarding m greater than 1, m less than 1 and m equal to 1. So while the Vm less than or equal to Vc, in the modulating signal voltage that is less than Vc, then the value of the modulation index that is less than 1, and there is no distortion in the AM wave. But if the Vm greater than Vc, mean your modulating signal amplitude is higher than the Vc. Okay, I had given you the example that while you are going to somewhere else by the bus, okay, then the whatever the things that you are putting inside that particular vehicle, okay, that should be smaller than the size of the vehicle. So it is Vm value that is greater than Vc, then m greater than 1. And if the m greater than 1, the distortion will occur, and that will distort the shape of the AM signal. So it is referred to as a over-modulation, and always in the over-modulation the distortion will occur, okay, and there is a information loss. If the Vm equal to Vc, then small m equal to 1, and it is referred to as a perfect modulation or the 100% modulation. So now this is the graph for the value of this. Now if the m equal to 50%, if the m equal to 50%, okay, then you can see over here that the perfect modulation that we can see over here, mean if the m is equal to 50, okay, mean what does the meaning of that? If Vm less than Vc, okay, Vm less than Vc, so m is equal to Vm upon Vc, okay, so if the Vm less than Vc, there is no distortion. Over here you can see that m equal to Vm upon Vc and Vm is equal to Vc, okay, then there is no distortion, okay, there is no information loss. Over here we can see that Vm greater than Vc, if the Vm greater than Vc, then no perfect modulation that can be done, and there is a information loss. Here whatever you can see, it's information loss. So it is about the modulation index and the waveform recording. It is the waveform for m less than 1, m greater than 1, and the m greater than 1, m equal to 1, and m less than 1. Now the last point is the percentage modulation. So whenever we are multiplying the modulation index by 100, it gives the percentage of modulation. So if the carrier voltage is 9 volt and the modulating signal voltage is 7.5, then the modulation factor small m is equal to Vm upon Vc, that is 0.8333. So it is the modulation factor or a modulation index. But if you want to find out the percentage of modulation, mean amount of modulation, degree of modulation, then it is the 0.8333 multiplied by 100. So it is equal to 83.33. So amount of the modulation that is done, it is the 83.33. So this is about the modulation index, percentage of modulation, and a few concepts related to the mathematical expressions of AM. Thank you very much everyone.